Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. And in this video I'm going to cover PBR material. So have you ever wondered why some 3D object looks realistic while other looks completely fake? The answer is often on the PBR material. So in this video I'm going to cover, or I'm going to make you understand what PBR material is, how it works, and how you can create realistic material for your 3D models. I'll explain the important concept of physical based rendering, including base color, roughness, normal map, and displacement map. And don't worry, if you are a beginner, I'll explain everything in a simple and practical way so you can easily apply those techniques in your 3D projects. So by the end of this video, you will have much better understanding of PBR material, of realistic textures for your 3D models. And if you're interested in learning more about 3D modeling, texturing, shading, lighting, Maya, surface substance, Painter, and VFX, make sure to check out my YouTube channel. I have already uploaded many recorded 3D training sessions and tutorials that you can watch and learn from anytime and anywhere. So if you're ready to understand PBR material from the basic to practical applications, so let's get started. So what exactly is the PBR? So PBR stands for physical based rendering. So in very simple word, PBR is a way where creating material that behave like real material in the real world. For example, think about it: metal ball, or wooden table, or plastic bottle. When light falls on these objects, they'll react light differently. Metal reflects a lot of light, wood has a softer and more natural reflections, and plastic can have smooth or slightly shiny surface. So PBR helps us to recreate these real world properties in a 3D software. So instead of simple adding a color or to an object, we define how surface react to the light. So now let's see how we can actually create a work with PBR material in Maya. So here I have a very simple 3D object in Maya scene. Right now it's a very basic material, so it looks completely plain, but in real 3D objects we don't want our object to look like a simple gray shape. So we want them to look like a metal, wood, plastic, glass, or anything that is like from your point of view. And here we are. So we have PBR materials. So let's open the hypershade and take a look at our material. As you can see, we have a shader and a different textures map. So we have diffuse, a normal, displacement, and roughness. So we can use like the namespace. So diffuse can go in the diffuse sections. So let's start with the diffuse. So I mean in very simple word, diffuse map tells the 3D software what color should this object have. For example, imagine a wood table. So the brown color, the light, and the dark area, that are the natural color variants of the wood, can be stored in the diffuse map. So if you have red plastic bottle, the diffuse map contain a red color information. So you can think of it like painting the color onto your 3D model. However, the diffuse map is mainly responsible for the base color. So it does not tell Maya whether the surface is rough, shiny, metally, or bumpy. Those properties are controlled by the other map. So remember, diffuse map is equal to what? Color of the surface. Roughness map, how rough or smooth is the surface. Okay, and the normal map is defined for the how your surface is going to destroyed. So it's like, in simple but normal map, I would say this one can sound a little complicated, but the basic idea is very simple. A normal map creates appearance of small surface detail without actually changing the shape of the model. All right, so now what we can do, so as you can see, after connecting the HDRI, we can see the diffuse color is the one that we connected in the base map. So it's coming very nice. But if we can see our, although it's a diffuse wooden color that is connected in the map, but if you can see, it still looks very plasticky. If you can see, the reflection is very flat. There is no detail, there is no grooves, there is no micro detail of the wood here right now. So it totally looks like a plastic. So now here in the PBR, with the help of PBR material, we can connect different textures to get a realistic output. So let's disconnect the diffuse map for the time being, and let's try to add directly a displacement map. So here you can see. So first, let's talk about the displacement map. So displacement map is similar to a normal map, but there is one very important difference. A normal map only creates the appearance of the surface detail, but displacement actually moves the geometry. For example, imagine a rock. So if we use normal map, the rock may look rough when light hits in, but if we use displacement map, the actual surface can move outward and inward, so geometry itself change. This means displacement can create real depth and large surface detail. All right, so now if you can see, after adding the displacement map, and there's a lot of good details or like the comes out. So now let's create a normal map. So after connecting the normal map, there is a bump to detection node is added. So make sure to change the bump type to tangent space to normal. And yeah, so if you can see, the normal map does not actually move the geometry, it actually change how light reacts to the surface. So when light hits the object, it look as if there are small details on the surface. So this is very useful. Things like scratches, small cracks, fabric, leather, bricks, concrete, and small surface patterns as well. So normal map makes small detail looks real without adding actual geometry moves. All right, so now if you can see, we have added the displacement, normal, and now let's add some roughness. So let's talk about the roughness map. So this map tells the render how rough or smooth is this surface. So let's do example. Imagine a polished metal ball. Its surface is very smooth, or light reflects it from clearly. Now imagine a rough piece of stone. So its surface is uneven and rough. So even the spread is a different direction. So the rough map control this differently. Usually white is more rough, black is more smooth. So now I'll show you with a quick, nice high detail render with a good sample, so you can understand what I'm telling you, because this is very, very useful when you're doing these things. So now if you can see, it's coming really good. The render is clean, but I can see the whole detail of the wood without adding anything in the geometry. So right now we have just plain, but with the help of PBR material, I can create a very nice detail. I hope you have a much better understanding of PBR material and texture map. If this tutorial helped you, don't just stop here. There is many more Maya texture shading, lighting, VFX and 3D tutorials waiting for you on this channel. So if you want to keep learning and improve your 3D skill, make sure you have subscribed to the channel and join our growing 3D community. And if you have enjoyed this video, hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Keep learning, keep creating, and most important, have fun with 3D.